You're live. What were you about to say?
Life Pod.
Oh, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. It's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
We just got back from watching
Glass Onion.
the Knives Out sequel.
Mm.
And tomorrow's Nick's birthday.
Yes.
So everyone can wish Nick a happy birthday tomorrow. And as usual, all gifts can be sent to my Venmo. And I'll make sure he gets the money. But the theme for today was Hitchcock remakes, which was controversial. I probably should have named them like Hitchcockian inspired something or other.
Well, it's almost a little more than inspired. It's kind of paying direct homage in some ways that was, contested in a couple of the examples. But
what are the options that you gave?
Mission Impossible 2, which I didn't, I haven't seen that film since 2002, and I would have not had the tools to realize that John Woo was paying homage to Notorious, which is one of my favorite Hitchcock films with Ingrid Bergman. The Lady Vanishes, which is, I believe, a straight-up remake with Sybil Shepherd and Elliot Gould that I've never seen. A TV film called Life Pod, directed by Ron Silver, which is a remake of another favorite of mine, Lifeboat, that has a phenomenal Tallulah Bankhead performance. And then, Brian De Palma's Obsession, which De Palma was always, in his early days, playing around with Hitchcockian themes, but Obsession is very much a Vertigo.
But overwhelmingly, Disturbia won. I don't know if this was inspired by me telling people about my binoculars and my peeping Tomisms. But yeah, we watched Disturbia. Neither of us had seen it before.
Yeah, I'd never seen this film.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's interesting. I liked it more than I didn't.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I usually don't look at the notes or the comments, but apparently the Disturbia house is in Whittier.
Yeah, I read it filmed and shot in Pasadena and Whittier because the two houses that are supposedly side by side were actually in different cities.
Oh, okay. But anyway, the basic story is Shia LaBeouf plays a guy named Kale, a 17-year-old who's on house arrest because he punched his Spanish teacher. And we can presume that maybe he's having behavioral issues related to the recent violent death of his father because of a car accident. So while he's on house arrest, he has nothing to do but stare out the window. And we're told that in the background, there are like some like missing women and some murders. And the suspected person drives like a blue Mustang and would have a dent in it. So Shia starts to think that it's his neighbor across the street, played by
David Morse.
And he sees some weird things, which cause him to think that maybe there's a dead body in the house. The police come. We see that it's not a dead body. It's like a dead deer. But then Shia LaBeouf is doing all of this with a good friend of his and then the pretty girl who lives next door. And the good friend goes over to the house to do some snooping and is like doing a live recording. And then it looks like maybe he was attacked. So Shia goes back over there again. But it turns out the friend was playing a joke. However, Shia goes back and looks at like that recording and sees that there is actually like a dead body like in one of the frames. So then he goes over there to check it out because his mom went over there to beg the neighbor not to press charges. And then all hell breaks loose because we find out that this man is a killer. And like underneath his house is like a moat or what would you even call that? Like whatever. He has like a body of water under his house where he's putting all these dead women's bodies.
Which makes no damn sense.
Because it would smell so bad. But anyway, there's a final showdown where Shia kills him. And I thought a funny ending to the movie is that he gets his house arrest bracelet removed early for good behavior.
By Viola Davis, who's playing, I thought it was a probation officer, but her character's name is Detective Parker.
Oh, she's the
detective. So she's the detective.
So detectives do that and collect the money for the ankle bracelet?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going through my notes. So The accident where the dad dies involves Shia and his dad. I thought that was pretty violent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked because it's a pretty extreme car accident, and then it appears that both of them have survived, and then they get hit by another car, and that's what kills the dad. That was pretty wild. Okay, the Spanish instructor who Shia punched, he was kind of being a dick.
Well, he was going in, but in also a way that was also extra.
Well, because he's kind of being a dick, and then it's like, wouldn't everyone in the school know that this student was in a bad car accident and that his father died? I think we'd be a little more sensitive,
right? And it's like it's supposedly right before summer break because Ronnie, played by Aaron Yu, has that really annoying monologue in Spanish or whatever, where he's saying whatever word that sounds like kiss ass or.
Oh yeah,
perhaps, and he is like, "What are you going to do for the summer?" And give me one reason not to fail you. It's like, well, wouldn't he already know he was failing this course by this moment?
Well, and then he punctuates it, and this is what gets him punched. Is he goes, "What would your father think?" Why would you tell that to a teenager who just lost his dad? Like.
About me flunking Spanish 1.
I'm not saying he should have punched his teacher, but I understand why he punched his teacher. So then when Viola goes to put the little ankle bracelet on Shia, she tells the mom that there's an incarceration fee, and it's $12 a day. And he's being incarcerated on house arrest for 90 days. That's like almost $1,100. I'd be so upset.
But you better start selling things on eBay. Something you could do from home in 2007. I don't know.
And then Shia's being kind of a dick because then he's like not doing anything. He's not cleaning. He's not listening to his mom. And then the mom finally gets on his ass and like cuts off the TV literally. And he gets upset and like breaks the washing machine and then like makes a mess with the dishwasher. Do you know how upset I would be?
Oh yes, and there's no repercussion. We don't return to that, which was annoying because there would be hell to pay.
I thought it was funny. So Kale, Shia LaBeouf's character, has a friend, this guy named Ronnie, and Ronnie comes over, and I thought it was funny when Shia gives him the tour of like his viewings. I felt like that's how I would explain what I'm doing because he goes, they're just simple observations. Like I'm not stalking anyone. I thought that was funny. There's mention of Martha Stewart in this movie. And I had totally forgotten that she went to jail.
I didn't.
Oh.
There are 2 Sybil Shepherd films where there's Martha Inc., which I have a copy of, and I've never seen the follow-up, Martha Goes to Jail.
Well, because I had forgotten, I was reading about Martha Stewart being sentenced to prison and how Martha didn't want to be too far from her mother, who at the time was like 90. So she was requesting that she could be in either like California or somewhere else, like Connecticut or Florida, something. Because I'm assuming maybe Martha has homes there that were close enough to the prison. But then I was reading that Martha's attorneys feel like they were trying to make an example of her because they put her in a very isolated location. Anyway, that's what I was reading after I finished this movie. I thought another funny scene is, so the pretty girl next door actually turns out to be really cool.
Sarah Roemer playing Ashley. Yeah, I
liked her character, but she at one point, because you can't, I guess around teenagers, you can never go to sleep because they'll do weird stuff to you. So she takes their phones and like changes their ringtones. So whenever Ronnie calls Kale, it plays that song, "Oh, Me So Horny"
by Live
2 Live Crew.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think he was a very good peeping Tom.
Not at all. No, the lights are on.
You need to have all the lights off. You need to blend into the background. So you need to wear whatever.
When you get excitable, don't have things that cause flashes.
Yeah, he had like the lights on. He had the cameras like on tripods right in front of the windows.
It's called curtain, bitch.
Yeah, he needed some pointers.
Yeah.
So at one point, the little neighbor girl has like a loud ass party, and Shia gets upset because she kind of left. And he puts a big speaker out on the roof and starts playing Minnie Riperton's "Lovin' You."
And then references Minnie Riperton, which is like, oh, he's...
I thought that was funny, but then it's weird because the girl comes over, the neighbor girl,
Mhm.
and then they get wrapped up in some other stuff. But I thought, so does that mean the party just died?
Yeah, did your party stop? Because they start getting kinky.
Yeah.
And then that's when we get that kind of creepy shot of the blood splattering on the plastic in David Morse's window.
And then we find out that that was him, like, I mean, he probably was killing a lady, but then he had that dead deer probably to like ward off police. I also thought he wasn't very good because if you're, first of all, why wouldn't he have all his windows closed if he's killing ladies in his house? Also, if he knows that the neighbor boy is looking through his window,
Yeah, wouldn't you cool it for a
why
minute?
wouldn't you cool it for a second? And really, your next murder should be the boy. If he's onto you. I found that very interesting.
But just the smell, because of how we're shown that these bodies are handled, he would have been caught long ago. And he didn't just move there, this Mr. Turner character. So presumably he's been killing many women based on the number of corpses we see. It would stink to high heaven.
There were many corpses down there.
And when he's in that water and it's all in his mouth.
I almost gagged. So it's kind of made to seem like they're having financial issues because Kale's mom is a realtor, but she also is picking up shifts like somewhere. But they have a really nice house.
Yeah, he has a huge
and his
room.
bedroom is huge. Yeah, that threw me off.
And then, of course, the mother is played by Carrie-Anne Moss from the Matrix films.
Oh, sure.
And Snowcake with Sigourney Weaver.
Mm-hmm. So Ronnie, Kale's best friend, when he goes next door and then plays that prank like he's been like assaulted, and then we find out that he's just sitting in the closet. I would have beat his ass because now I'm in trouble again.
Yeah, I have to go to court in the morning because
Yeah, Kale has to go to court in the morning because he ran outside of his little ankle bracelet zone because you want to play a trick on me. Oh, I'd be so upset.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would probably dissolve that friendship for me.
Then something that I thought was frustrating is the Spanish instructor who got punched. One of his cousins is a police officer who has said that we find out towards the end of the film that he told like dispatch that if there are any calls related to Shia's character, you call me, which is already icky. And then at the very end, when they realize like the neighbor really is doing stuff, the police don't come because the dispatch person calls the cousin and he's too busy eating donuts or whatever to respond quickly. I mean, it's an interesting plot point, but I just thought, ugh, what a like injustice.
Well, there are worse injustices, but it was directed by DJ Caruso, and this was, I remember it made a lot of money, was very popular, and he reunited with Shia LaBeouf a year later on Eagle Eye, which I've also never seen. But I remember DJ Caruso's first film in 2002, The Salton Sea with Val Kilmer, which I haven't seen since about then, which I'd like to revisit. But since then, stuff like Taking Lives with Angelina Jolie, I didn't really care for. I don't think I ever saw I Am Number 4 or The Disappointments Room. But notably, this was written by Christopher Landon, who has since gone on to write and direct the Happy Death Day films and Freaky. And Carl Ellsworth is also a screenwriter who has written terrible remakes of Red Dawn and Last House on the Left. But I did kind of like his Russell Crowe movie, Unhinged.
Unhinged is
but mostly because Russell Crowe's kind of fun in that.
Yeah. My final note was, so there's some little kids who live across the way who like throw a bag of shit at Shia's door, and then they harass him like one more time. And of course, Shia is spying on them, and he sees that these little boys are watching like pornography in their bedrooms when their mom is not watching them. So the final scene of the movie is Shia calls the mom's phone and pretends to be like the cable company and tells them like, yeah, we can see right now that someone's watching porn in your house. We just want to verify it. I thought that was a funny scene.
all these young male characters who don't realize that they don't have any privacy when your windows are open and there aren't curtains.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
What else you got to say about this movie?
I didn't know, reading about it, was that the copywriters of the Cornell Woolrich estate, he wrote the short story that Rear Window is based on, sued, and we're not able to win that lawsuit because all of the similarities to Rear Window were considered generic.
Oh, interesting. I haven't seen Rear Window.
You have, because
I have?
Almost every time you see Jimmy Stewart on screen, you complain and make nasty comments about him.
Well, I don't remember.
But I find the original. I don't love the original Rear Window because it is very corny. It's a lot of the film where I always thought there's a kind of a queerness to it because Jimmy Stewart is dating Grace Kelly and completely ignoring her. Like she's coming over and he almost wants nothing to do with her. And he spends all his time with Thelma Ritter, and they have all the corny bits about Ms. Lonely Hearts. They start naming the people that they can see in the apartment across the way. But yeah.
What is my complaint about Jimmy Stewart?
I don't know. I think you just don't like how he speaks. You always, whether it's A Wonderful Life or Vertigo, you walked out on when I was watching it. But
the cat is harassing us. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. What would you give this movie?
I don't think it's perfect by a long shot, but I think Shia LaBeouf is interesting, and I think that they've crafted an interesting teenager as well. Like, I was interested in how he was challenging the woman that's new to the neighborhood about conforming, and there are some interesting ideas in there. So 3, I gave it a 3.
I would give it a 3 out of 5. I do think Shia LaBeouf is a good actor.
Yes, and I know there are questionable things and there are problems that are very public about him. But in Don't Worry, Darling, for instance, I think that he would have been a better choice in that role. I think he would have brought an intensity to it that Harry Styles does not have as a screen performer. But yeah, maybe sometimes that's more trouble than for what it's worth.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go through the comments. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, send your gifts to my Venmo.
No, don't do that.
No, don't say that. I have to make sure it's managed properly.
Sure.
Or you'll buy something stupid. Hello. Do we want to do a YouTube together? I don't know. Maybe. Hello. Welcome to the live. Happy early birthday. I don't have wine yet.
Mm-hmm. There's still sunlight.
Oh, someone acknowledged that it was a ripoff. That's why they went to court about it. Well, that's why we said it was. Well, we should have said a Hitchcock. Again, I probably titled the theme incorrectly.
No, the gist is there. It's fine.
When people ask about my "Do Not Resuscitate" tattoo, I always say the same thing, which is I've lived long enough.
Oh boy.
I don't know why someone wouldn't be getting notifications about the live. Yes, Shia's great. Shia playing Shia. I really liked Shia. I'm calling him Shia like I know him. He does an episode of Hot Ones, that YouTube show with the hot wings. And I thought he was quite charming in that.
Yeah, it's funny. Or he's in the music video for Elastic Heart as well. And it's kind of, I don't know, there's something touching about his performance in that too.
Our mustaches. Well, I get really itchy when I have facial hair, so I can't keep it too long. It drives me crazy.
I was told I was looking mangy, so I shaved mine.
Well, you don't maintain yours very well. So it's easier like this. Holes 15 years later.
I do love, Sigourney. Apparently his dad was hitting on Sigourney on set.
Oh.
But yeah, Woman in the Window. Well, Fritz Lang's Woman in the Window, I like. The Amy Adams, Joe Wright film is laughable, but
do we think that Rihanna's song Disturbia is inspired by this movie?
I read that it was rumored to be because this movie was a big hit and her song came out a year later. But at least I think putting that lingo into the zeitgeist surely was, there's a connection.
Oh, fun fact, Shia LaBeouf had a car accident a little bit down the street from me and people were selling his broken car pieces on eBay. I believe it because people sell like celebrities chewing gum. People scoop out feces from the toilet.
An ABBA turd.
Yeah, turd.
I think they covered that car accident in the movie Honey Boy.
Oh.
As well.
Yeah, I'm really confused how no one smelled all those bodies.
There's no way.
Because he had a body in the wall of his house. There's no way that didn't smell.
And even the ones that were covered in plastic, there's one woman he sees that there's no plastic and he acts surprised at seeing the corpse. It's like, you would have smelled that as soon as you walked into the house. Not that I know, but I'm
Oh yeah, the way Shia put those dishes in the dishwasher and dumped that liquid in there.
Oh no,
just so disrespectful.
Because he was told to clean up.
And then what is he eating at one point that made my stomach hurt?
Peanut butter and Hershey's syrup.
He poured Hershey syrup in the peanut butter, was scooping that out, and then drinking Red Bull.
Yeah.
But then he does get sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Martha is the killer. Do you know? Did you ever watch The Simpsons?
Yeah, periodically.
I may have watched it like, I mean, it would have been like 35. I mean, it would have been, I don't know how long that show's been on. Maybe when it first came out. I remember The Simpsons being on the Tracy Ullman show, and I would watch that as a kid.
Oh, Tracy.
But I don't, yeah. But apparently there's a spoof on Rear Window in The Simpsons.
I believe it. I don't think I've seen that, but I believe it.
I feel after all these seasons, they probably spoofed everything.
Yeah.
Someone said Martha's the killer. Okay. He should have put a little Suggs pee in his water instead of the punch. Oh, God. Martha taught crochet in jail.
Yeah, I think that I've seen a clip from Martha Goes to Jail, and I think that's
then she connected with Snoop Dogg, so I guess. Oh, someone didn't like the girl neighbor's character.
I didn't mind her. There's really nothing to her. The scene that really kind of messes it up for her believability is when he kind of goes into detail about how he's been watching her, and she's like kind of touched by it, which
I would have been so disturbed when he described like that he's been watching her and she's just like flattered by it.
You would have been disturbed.
I would have been disturbed. And the Kubrick Shining reference in the final chase scene. What's the reference?
In the final chase scene to...
Someone help me. I'm speaking from experience. I mean, yeah, you got to be a little slick when you're a professional peeping Tom. The Stepfather.
Oh, that's great. Terry was his name.
Oh, we watched that a couple years ago.
Yeah,
that was a good movie.
The remake's okay.
And then because he's pretending to be a therapist, and the women in the neighborhood are.
And then we watched Stepfather 2 as well, where he infiltrates the family of Meg Foster.
Shawnee, it's her birthday today. Happy
birthday.
Product placements. Yeah, there's definitely Apple.
We got that iPod in there, and
like the computer. There was Barnes and Noble.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that. The stalker stuff to the girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
her first reaction is like, "Come here, lover boy." Like, you're a creep.
Like, what's gonna happen when he gets off house arrest and could just pop over?
The Eternal Mother.
Do you mean the Eternal Daughter with Tilda Swinton?
I don't know, Clara. Is that what you mean?
Which I reviewed that out of Venice. I think you'd like it well enough. I do recommend that on a big screen.
That's true. Moms are always so busy and never around in these films.
Oh, Fright Night. Yeah, it has a lot of similarities to Fright Night as well, the original.
I could rewatch. I haven't watched that since 2008.
And then we saw the remake together too.
More birthday wishes. I used to have a neighbor who'd stand in his bay window at night, totally naked, just staring. I had to up my WTF is this dude doing sneak game until he moved. Yeah, I mean.
Well, did he look good?
Well, it's odd too, because when you live in like a city where everything's so close together, it's kind of like, I feel like, because even like the window behind us, the house like across from us, their window is like we're also looking in their kitchen. So then we do this weird thing where we only raise up our blinds halfway, and they do it too. So, but then it's weird because then I just see everyone's like lower half
mast today. Sometimes the dog barks at us from the window.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Sean from Nip. Yeah, someone. You know what? I don't know who else. Maybe this was the same person. Oh no, someone said that it was Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. What was that?
That was.
Which movie was that?
Peter Van Kant.
Oh, I'm like thinking about the wrong
movie.
No, you're sorry. I thought the actor of Sean from Nip Tuck was in this one. I don't know who Sean is. I'd have to look him up.
I never watched Nip Tuck, even though I know Catherine Deneuve was in an episode.
Willem Belli.
And Willem
is in
Belli.
several episodes. The bodies are under the house. There's like this body of water. It's like
he's got he it's like he's dug out the bottom of the house underneath the pipes even, and there are tributaries of water under there.
Happy Death Day.
The first one's entertaining. Because the girl is so unlikable.
I don't remember because I watched the second. Like I rewatched it. I think recently.
I liked what he did with Freaky, which of course is a serial killer version of Freaky Friday, but.
Those kids watching HBO after dark.
I mean, the Sex Bites in 1994, I would stay up late after my parents went to bed and watch that on mute. See a lot.
Yeah. Have you ever, like, I feel like I've only ever seen it in movies and TV shows where someone throws the bag of shit. I've never known anyone to say like someone threw a bag of shit at my door.
Where I grew up, there were lots of eggings and people would TP trees in houses.
Oh, that makes me think my God, more stories. The woman my dad was cheating on my mom with, my mom would buy like a fish, like a dead fish,
Mm-hmm.
and then she would get black roses and put like the rose in the fish, and then go put the fish on the lady's like windshield.
What kind of bruja shit is that?
What kind of Santeria? And I would take her to go do it because this is before like GPS, so we get the map out and find like. No, it wasn't a map. She would go to like her job and like go drop the shit off. Anyway. Okay, getting back to this. Oh, who got blacklisted? What is this?
I don't know if Carrie-Anne Moss got blacklisted.
Oh, I'm like way behind. Hold on.
I mean, she's Canadian, so she has a lot of Canadian films in her filmography as well.
Who?
Carrie-Anne Moss.
The mom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
From The Matrix.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen The Matrix. That's yes.
Rope is a good Hitchcock film.
That's with the gay guy?
Well, Leopold and Loeb. Hitchcock always said that this movie's about gay men, but of course you can't state that in the film. But and I think he tried to film it all in one shot in there because there's some tricks to that film. But I do like Farley Granger. Yeah.
Thelma Ritter is so funny in Rear Window.
She's the old lady.
Oh. I don't know why I still don't know what I think about Jimmy Stewart. But like you say, I always say I don't like him.
Yeah, let me put on Rear Window and let's see what you say.
Yeah, I don't remember. Well, what are your expectations for Babylon?
I already saw it.
Nick saw Babylon last week.
Mm-hmm. I really liked it. I know it's gotten some mixed reviews. I was not expecting to like it because I don't love Damien Chazelle, but I think I'm in love with the period that he's dealing with, and I don't know. There's some very well filmed scenes.
I didn't realize Viola was in this movie until she popped up, and it was kind of back then she wasn't as lauded as she is today, but it was still a pleasant surprise to see her.
Yeah, I think the wig doesn't look good, but she looks good, and it's just funny seeing like, oh, I guess we didn't recognize her worth then because that is the throwaway role.
Well, someone agrees that Shia would have been better in Don't Worry, Darling.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing for Thanksgiving? Overeating, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A rank list of your top 10 films on Letter. There will be a top 10.
Yeah, I probably will. I still haven't entered all my things. I hope to be done by this weekend.
There will be a top for 2022, but once Nick is done with his Letterboxd, we'll make a video about like all the interesting stats from your Letterboxd, which I'm sure will include you can't really do a top 10 because you have like so many 5-star movies. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we're definitely going to go through your Letterboxd stats once you're done.
Which are really, in reality, it's probably really only interesting to me. But
you told me in the screening earlier today that Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde broke up.
I did. I said I have bad news.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no.
I did not see the Grammy nominations. Did you?
Oh no, I didn't.
Mm-mm. New American Horror Story. We are halfway through.
We finished. We watched 7 episodes.
Boy, the writing in that is.
I know everyone wanted us to watch it, but I'll be honest. The older gentleman,
Joe Mantello, who's the director of Love, Allure, Compassion, and The Boys in the Band.
his acting is a lot.
It's the Ryan Murphy productions that aren't based on actual people. Whoa, they really don't seem like actual people.
And then the main guy, like the younger guy,
who's the twin? He's in I Am Michael and the Batman.
but I think a big part it is the writing, but yeah, I'll definitely finish it.
Because even Sandra Bernhard, who I love, they give her things where it's like I can tell that I can sense from the writing what kind of a performance they want, and she's just not well casting for that performance. I don't know.
Nick, you're handsome.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday. I want to hear Nick talk about aliens.
Oh God.
I'm sure one day.
Just gushing.
Someone started their first full-time job. And they listen to our podcast.
Well,
so work must be bad. Well, congratulations on getting a full-time paycheck. Feces. Happy birthday. Oh, has he been in a lot of car accidents, Shia LaBeouf?
I mean, that's there. It's some people just, it seems like drama everywhere you go, all the time. Like, can we just be okay? I don't know.
Hitchcock liked gays, but allowed the studio and the Hays Code to sully his depiction of LGBT people in his films.
I believe it. I think Hitchcock was also a creep, but I mean, yeah. Why? Who is he to go out to bat for anybody? Like most of them, but we've seen the first season of White Lotus. I am interested in the second.
How would I decorate my ankle bracelet? I'd probably try to hide it, so I'd wear like.
Well, who's going to see you because you're at home?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to constantly be reminded of it, so I'd probably wear I already wear sweatpants every day, so something with like where the ankle's cinched in and it's puffy. Yeah.
Oh, I'd put Sigourney on it or something.
You'd put stickers on it?
I don't know.
Were critics wrong about being highly critical of Harlem Nights?
Yeah. And it's too bad because I think because of the harsh criticism it received, Eddie Murphy never directed anything else. But,
he directed Harlem Nights?
Yeah. Della Reese is very funny in that.
I think it's an okay movie.
It could have been, but for a first time, you have seen much worse. There's ostensibly there's nothing wrong with it. I think it could have used some tweaks here and there, but yeah, Harlem Nights is entertaining.
What's the one with is it Lawrence Fishburne and Vanessa Williams?
Hoodlum. That's a Bill Duke film from '97. Again, and Bill Duke has some great. A Rage in Harlem from Bill Duke is, I think, fantastic.
Do we have any film art pieces? Well,
like from film sets? No, I don't think so. I have vintage posters.
You do have like a signed thing from Joan Crawford.
I do have a couple signed Joan Crawford things, actually. Like
one of them is like what is that in the bathroom? A napkin or?
No, that's because Joan wrote to all her fans, and it was a letter she wrote, a thank you letter.
Favorite fridge magnet. I can't think of what's on the refrigerator except there's a picture of the cat on there that makes me laugh. I'm gonna grab it because she looks
superimposed.
This every time I look at it, it makes me laugh because she looks demented.
Mm-hmm.
Like under no circumstances does she ever look sweet.
Oh, I think she looks sweet.
She always looks like a problem. Let's see. Are we excited for John Wick? Are you excited for John Wick?
About Parabellum, the third one. It was I do like seeing Halle Berry and her and Anjelica Houston. But nothing has lived up to the first one, I think, because I was so surprised. We didn't know what to expect. When you first walked into John Wick, you didn't know what that was going to be.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde were like, it's just PR.
Who knows?
I don't trust any of these people. The Theranos lady, Elizabeth Holmes, did get
11 years.
11 years.
When's that Jennifer Lawrence movie going to get made?
Do I have thoughts on it? I mean, do you? I don't.
I think she's fascinating. The best part of that documentary about Elizabeth Holmes is her the lady college professor who's just throwing all kinds of shade about how these stupid men allowed Elizabeth Holmes to get as far as she did because they were enamored with her. But
let's see. Hereditary. That'd be a good movie too.
Toni Collette's great in that.
I remember that movie, so I probably need to wait a while before I rewatch it. Oh, she told her mom I'm at Barnes and Noble.
Oh.
Killer Sally. I know I just passed it on Netflix, but I don't know what it's about.
The Eternal. I reviewed it for Ion Cinema. Joseph hasn't seen it.
Oh. Shia is a good dancer.
Yes.
Oh, Sean from Nip Tuck was in The Stepfather.
Oh, yeah, he played the stepfather. That's right. Sorry, I was thinking of Disturbia.
Oh, wow, I'm really behind. Okay.
I mean, he doesn't live up to Terry O'Quinn, who's just kind of creepy. What did I just see Terry O'Quinn and Meg Foster in? Oh, Blind Fury, where Rutger Hauer, there's basically a remake of Zatoichi, the Blind Swordsman. It's not good.
Used to stay up late watching BET Uncut. Someone said he had time to build a death moat but not purchase freezers.
Yeah, there's just so much. He's been doing this for a long time, and that's his operation.
Yeah, many people have said we should watch Atlanta, so I just have to find time. We did watch It's a Sin. I think It's a Sin's better than American Horror Story NYC, but then It's a Sin's not trying to be horrific.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's terrifying
I'd rather just rewatch Cruising.
Sure.
Have you
Dead Fish with Black? Yep.
Every Secret Thing. Oh, I think that's Amy Berg's narrative debut, and I think Elizabeth Banks is in that too, right? I saw a screening at LACMA, and I think I reviewed that whenever year that came out.
I can tell a lot of stories. I always have a story to tell. Hungover in Australia. Well, wait. Oh, it's 11 a.m. Sunday morning in Australia. Mm. Well,
so it's already my birthday there.
Get your electrolytes in. I did have my mom's back. My mom, well, it's been a long time. That same lady, how do I say it? When my mom found out my dad was cheating on her, she had hired like a private investigator, so she had all the details. And my dad had moved that lady into a house like down the street. And it's a long story like that I wouldn't have time to get into, except that one day it's like a Sunday morning, and my mom is like, "Here, let's go drive and get breakfast. You can drive my car." So I'm all excited, and I know where we're going, but she's like, "Oh no, go this way, like the opposite way." And the lady this woman, I recognized her, which is a long story, but so we're driving and I see this lady like at a house like 10 houses down, and my mom's like, "Stop the car." And you know how people used to people still put the club on their steering wheel? My mom always had a club in her car, and my mom had been fiddling with it for some reason before we got out, but before I stopped the car. So she had locked it. And my mom said, "Stop the car." And she got out of the car and whooped that lady's ass with the club, broke a rib, a nose. And the best part of the story is that girl was like 19. And my mom was like 30.
She should have been hitting your dad, but
yeah, my mom was probably like 35. That girl's mom was standing right there.
Well, what's she gonna do?
Fight. Could you imagine? Your daughter is getting her ass whooped by a lady who's just as small. My mom is like 5 feet tall and weighs 95 pounds.
Maybe she thought her kid deserved it.
Maybe. I don't know under what circumstances a mom would stand there and watch her child get her ass whooped. It didn't do anything.
Or maybe it's not the first time.
Because I was in the car, like with the car running and the door half open, like if I got to jump out, but I didn't need to, but I was ready to move. And I'm thinking, like, this lady stood there and watched her daughter get beat up. Oh my God. Okay, that's a lot. Have not seen The Matrix. Have you seen the trailer for Willem Dafoe's Inside?
I think that was just released. It's coming out in 2023. I'm assuming that'll be at some film festival.
Viola trying to make rent in this movie. Oh, I need Nick to talk about Barry Lyndon after rewatching it.
Oh, Barry Lyndon's great. Kubrick.
Do you like One False Move with Bill Paxton?
I've not seen that actually.
Compulsion, the movie with Heather Graham where she wants to be a celebrity chef.
I thought Compulsion was the film with, well, Compliance. I'm getting it mixed up with now, but Compulsion, is that the one with Dean? What's his name from Quantum Leap? Why am I forgetting his name?
I don't know. Home for the Holidays is a good Thanksgiving movie.
Jodie Foster directed that. God, Dean, what's his face from Blue Velvet and Stockwell. Compulsion, is that the Dean Stockwell film from the 50s?
Well, I gotta finish American Horror Story then. Let's see. More birthday wishes. I watched the Wonder Years when I was a kid.
I did too.
And I remember
Winnie.
like, Winnie Cooper.
We haven't seen the American Crime about Monica.
No, so we've just seen OJ and Gianni Versace,
which I like both.
And I liked both of those. I did so I guess if I have to rank the two, I rewatched all of Gianni Versace. So I've watched the entire series twice. I just found y'all. I've been watching you all day. I'm sorry. That's a lot of us in a day. I need to rewatch Ed Wood.
Oh yeah, Tim Burton. Mm-hmm. But she's talking about the director, Ed Wood.
Oh.
And we have watched Glenn or Glenda. Ed Wood's filmography is hard to sit through without a commentary track. But
do you have a guilty pleasure? I never know how to answer that because I don't know if people mean like a TV show or
something that you know is bad. Well, camp, like
Crack,
Mommy Dearest, and Showgirls. Those I could put those on at any time and just I love it. I
can go down.
Long Kiss Goodnight, I always say too, is like I just really enjoy that movie, even though it's stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah, Nick does have signed paraphernalia.
Mm-hmm.
I love the word paraphernalia. My favorite word is scooch.
Just a scooch.
Like, could you scooch? The picture of Aggie is like Baby Yoda. Okay, no.
Yeah, she's cute like that.
Now I got lost again. Oh my God. Okay, I might have accidentally skipped something. Yeah, the cat is aggressive. Well, she's not like aggressive like she bites, but she's very like pushy.
When she wants attention, she will get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she learned that somewhere.
Toni Collette and Anna Faris have a new movie called The Estate.
Mm-hmm.
We reviewed that movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what a guilty. My idea of like the perfect would be like if I can just sit alone in a hotel room and watch like stupid TV, like like NCIS or like something on Bravo, like a Real Housewives.
Yeah, you'll do that.
Yeah, that always sounds really good.
I'll just have my laptop usually and
I don't know that I love the Nicole Kidman AMC thing. I think it's funny.
I think it's funny how it's become a kind of a cult thing.
Because it is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it is, with her shimmery suits.
Never cheat on a Hispanic woman.
Yeah, well.
Oh, yeah, I have lots of stories about that. Lauren Bacall in Birth.
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of Halloween costumes of people dressing up like Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah, that's a great. I mean, that's a great idea.
Oh, my mom hit my dad too. She actually ran him over once with the car.
You would never ever realize it, but you know, sometimes the sweetest people are the ones you have to look out for.
That's true. I knew you had them streets in you. Oh, the cat's mad.
Oh yeah, Orson Welles is compulsion. You know, I have that on Blu-ray. I've never watched it.
Oh God, I got lost again. We reviewed speaking the Curse of Bridge Hollow. That's one of our podcast episodes. So we did review it. It was disappointing.
Ooh, that was hard to sit through.
I knew we were in trouble because Kelly Rowland, I just don't picture her having comedic timing, and they didn't even try to have her be funny. So I knew we were in trouble before we started the movie. And then the little girl,
Kelly Rowland's like, I'm not interested in seeming like a mom at all.
like I like her, she's gorgeous, and I like some of her music, and she has a really nice spirit, but her presence on screen is limited to how beautiful she is, and that's it.
Well, isn't she in a new movie that we're pondering reviewing with Omari Hardwick and
the young lady from
Blackish.
But in the Curse of Bridge Hollow, who's the young girl? What show is she from? The one who looked older than Kelly Rowland.
Oh, she's in Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. I thought the cast, there were no jokes. Ugh, that was hard to sit through. Bloody No. Did you guys see Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets?
No.
My mind does always go to crack. I've never tried crack.
Same.
But it sounds fun.
No. No.
No, I wouldn't do crack.
Basket. Oh,
Harold and Maude is good.
Basket Case. I love Frank Henenlotter. I probably like. Oh, I would love to rewatch Frankenhooker.
Do it.
Oh, that's fun. But Brain Damage is probably my favorite of his.
A movie people hate that you love, or no, a movie that you hate that people love. Oh, probably.
Marvel films. Well, a lot of people love those.
Well, I haven't seen The Notebook.
Ugh, no.
And
Nicholas Sparks is a racist, by the way. Look it up. No.
I didn't like La La Land. I wouldn't say I hate it, but I didn't like it.
Same. Which was why I was surprised I liked Babylon. Event Horizon, I think, is it a bad movie? It has, I don't know. I like a lot of things.
I've watched Event Horizon hundreds of times. And when I tell you, I couldn't tell you a single thing about that movie.
I remember there was a girl I knew in junior high that had a crush on. His name Jack Noseworthy.
Oh, the redhead?
Baby Bear.
Yeah, I thought he was attractive. He used to be on MTV. Joseph Storytime.
Prince of Tides. There are a few Barbara movies I haven't watched, but I have seen Prince of Tides, and I always laugh at Kate Nelligan feeding the abusive dad the dog food.
Wait, who would play Donna Summer? Kelly Rowland? I think
I could see that.
Do it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Need a good script.
Intergalactic. Is that have you seen that movie?
No.
Wendell and Wild.
I would like to watch that.
She-Devil. I think that's my sister's. She-Devil is my sister's favorite movie.
I do like Meryl in that.
You're nothing but a she-devil.
Her love button.
Moonlight is an excellent movie.
Yes. Joe Bob Briggs. I just rewatched. Somebody had recommended watching The Kiss. And so I found a version streaming on YouTube, and it was from Joe Bob Briggs, whatever that show he used to have, the late night drive-in where he recounts kills and blah, blah, blah. And I was surprised at how kind of uncomfortable it was and how he spoke about the women in the film, and then that woman that would read the mail on his shows.
Is The Mirror Has Two Faces the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, that's with Jeff Bridges. And my sister keeps asking us to watch that because that's where they marry, but they don't have sex. And Lauren Bacall was nominated for an Oscar in it. But
wait, she wants us to watch The Mirror Has Two Faces.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the movie with Leonardo? Isn't Leonardo DiCaprio in a movie where he has two faces?
The Man. The Man in the Iron Mask?
Yes, that's it. Sorcerer.
Oh, Friedkin, which is a remake of Henri Georges Clouzot's The Wages of Fear. I've actually never seen The Wages of Fear, but Sorcerer is excellent. It was a huge flop at the time. And then kind of that Liam Neeson movie is a remake of it on where he's on the ice or whatever, which of the Liam Neeson films of late was, I guess, one of the better ones, but it's still no good.
If I had to pick my favorite holiday movie, it would probably be Holiday Heart.
With Ving and Alfre Woodard.
With Alfre.
Alfre Woodard's out.
I really like Holiday Heart.
Yeah, that's a good film.
Pieces of April.
Yeah, this was brought up before recently because I feel like nobody talks about that movie anymore. But Peter Hedges directed, Patricia Clarkson, Katie Holmes.
An Audition 1999.
Takashi Miike. I mean, that's a very violent film.
Oh wait, then there's something called 1899. Isn't there a show called 1899?
That's coming to mind.
The Wages of Fear on Criterion.
I own it. I haven't watched it. The Damned Visconti is always good.
Alfre cannot play any more drug addicts.
I know.
When that one scene where she's like, she's what do you call it when you have an addiction and then you fall off the wagon? Relapse. And then her wig is all, and she steals the bike, I think, or someone steal. Anyway, I love that movie.
She's one of those performers that even if it's kind of stereotypical, she will give it her all. If you haven't seen Clemency, she was robbed of an Oscar nod for that movie, I think. But
Clemency is a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio has any range as an actor?
Yeah, I think Django he's a lot of fun in. In The Revenant, I remember seeing twice that year and thinking that he does a good job. I just think sometimes maybe I'm a little bored.
1899 is the new Netflix series from the Dark team.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of Netflix series I am woefully behind on. There's a new Christmas Story too.
Oh, the Nick Cage vampire movie. That's fun.
Oh, Vampire's Kiss? Yeah, well, I mean, he's also a performer that gives you probably too much sometimes.
Oh, Down in the Delta.
Yeah.
The Revenant's good.
Maya Angelou directed Down in the Delta.
Oh, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Moonstruck.
And I've never seen that movie where what's her name plays. It's called Slaves with Dionne Warwick.
We got to see Moonstruck at the
ArcLight Hollywood.
Yeah, but what was it called? The Dome.
Yeah,
that was such a good theater. But we got to see Moonstruck at the ArcLight in Hollywood, and Cher
showed up.
Herself showed up and got in front of the screen and talked for a while about the movie. That was a really nice surprise.
Yeah, talked about because that was 87 and she'd done 3 movies that year.
Yeah, so that and I think Moonstruck is an excellent movie. So that was a really fun experience. Oh, you know what I need to rewatch is What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
I've been wanting to rewatch that too. Arnie.
Do you like Ex Machina or Annihilation?
I like both of them.
Snap out of it.
Yeah, Alex Garland. Yeah. That
Black Christmas 1974. Oh, that's the original. Because the remake is like
well, A Christmas Story. Well, there's 2 remakes. A Christmas Story was the same director as Black Christmas, Bob Clark. And he also did that terrible Dolly Parton, Sylvester Stallone movie, Rhinestone. But yes, I liked the first Black Christmas with Olivia Hussey and Keir Dullea from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Was it the first remake in like the early 2000s? I barely remember, but that Sophia Takal one from 2019 is just dumb. And
don't hate, but I love The Family Stone.
The Family Stone I have fond memories of, but it's it's crowd pleasing cheese a bit, but there are nice moments like when Diane Keaton castigates. Is it Sarah Jessica Parker? Because Diane Keaton says something like, "I wish all my kids were gay," because she has a deaf gay son, and Sarah Jessica Parker says, "Like, why would you wish that?" And I remember really thinking that scene was well done.
I haven't seen Aliens or The Thing on the big screen, but we did go to a drive-in for
You've seen Alien twice on the big screen. We went to a drive-in during the pandemic, and then at the Hollywood.
No, Aliens.
Yes, but I told you've seen the first one twice on the big screen because I took you to she did a talk, but there was an Alien and Aliens double feature at the Chinese several years ago.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We went with somebody named Mark.
what?
Mm-hmm. God, your
Mark?
memory. Yeah.
Write it down. We saw a movie with him.
Yeah, and it was Alien, and Sigourney was there.
We saw a movie with him, and Sigourney was there.
It was Alien, yeah. And then as we were leaving, because she left, you didn't want to sit through both because you don't like sitting that long. And then we saw her leaving with her team.
I remember seeing her leaving with her team. I do not remember all the rest of that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to Sundance next year?
I think I'm going to do. I hate going to Park City. I don't like the lodging scenario. I don't like the weather, and I don't like the locals. And I usually don't like most of the films in competition, at least. So I feel like I will be doing most of it online for the third year in a row, and instead going to Berlin.
Did we catch the Spooky 2? I don't even know what that is. Spooky 222 play with Finn Wittrock? I don't know where that, like, I don't know what theater that was in.
No, I do like Finn Wittrock, but
yeah. Huh. Okay. Oh, I think we have like 3 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember anything. That's true. Mark. Oh, someone wants to know who Mark is.
Have you ever gone to TIFF? I've been going to since 2007. So, and I brought Joseph one year.
Do you know who Doris Wishman is?
Yes, the director.
Oh, how do you feel about Doris?
I feel like I've seen maybe one film.
Have you ever gone to TIFF?
Yeah, I just said that since 2007. And I brought you one year.
You used to watch 6 Feet Under.
Mm-hmm. It's a great show. Sundance Locals, it's very, very white. Park City.
Rudest celebrity encounter.
I don't know. I thought Rita Wilson was shitty when I met her. I mean, I just thought she was giving out shitty vibes.
Don't mention Tom Hanks around Nick because he would talk about Rita Wilson.
And or Michael Moriarty.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I just watched him in Return to Salem's Lot. Oh, your memory.
Oh, the main, like the dad?
Mm-hmm.
That's Michael Moriarty?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I watched like one episode of Dexter.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of Dexter.
If we're watching a movie in a theater, we do not talk. If we're sitting at home, there is a lot of talk, like excessive talking happening. And sometimes it's annoying. I talk a lot during a movie too,
Mm-hmm.
at home. Okay, it's a play at the Amundsen. Oh, we like the Amundsen.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see what's going on. Elizabeth Banks was trash when I met her.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
Yeah.
But you always have to think too, like somebody had a bad day, and I shouldn't go around trash talking people, but it's just like you didn't need to be all stank like that.
I met Russell Crowe outside a bar in Sydney, and he was a proper dickhead.
I would expect that.
Well, we just reviewed his movie and didn't like it, so.
Well, it seems like it's written by somebody that's oblivious to how they seem or how they're skilled, maybe not skilled at certain things.
Chevy Chase was, oh, well.
Everybody says that.
Chevy Chase, I think, is known for being kind of
Mm-hmm.
awful. Chris Sarandon?
Susan's ex-husband.
Oh.
From The Princess Bride and Fright Night.
Oh, wow. Well, a theme for next week, I'm not sure yet. Because there aren't that many Thanksgiving. I mean, could it be like a Thanksgiving movie? Maybe?
Sure, there are lots of Thanksgiving movies.
But it'll be after Thanksgiving.
I mean, The Ice Storm is a Thanksgiving film.
We'll see. I don't know how I feel about Thanksgiving movie. But maybe. Okay. Well,
the theme should be Jimmy Stewart, so you can so the people can hear about what exactly your problem is.
I don't want to watch a Jimmy Stewart movie.
Well, he's an Oscar. He won his Oscar for The Philadelphia Story.
Wait, Eli Roth has a movie called Thanksgiving?
Isn't that
is this meant to be funny?
Isn't that the thing in Death Proof? The fake preview
Oh.
is what I thought that was.
The Ice Storm.
Sigourney is.
Oh, isn't Kevin Kline in the Ice Storm?
Mm-hmm.
And there's another famous like younger person in there.
Christina Ricci, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. Okay. Well, I will end it here. What time is it? It's 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do for dinner?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
We have to record something still.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Gobble, gobble.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Bye.